Hello everybody and welcome back to Inspiration with Shannon, where I hope to inspire, inform and to make you happy. So today I'll be doing a getting to know me video. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I just decided that today I might do the whole video with this accent. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I'm thinking you probably think this girl is kind of weird. What's she doing? What's she doing, man? You know what I like about British people, man? You've got like different accents, man. So, you know these like new hip hop songs that are coming out, like Afro beats? A lot of them are from like Africans living in England. That's what I realized. So there was this video out, I forgot how it was, but it was just like young people in England, and they keep saying, hey man, yo man, what's up man, I've got to talk to you about something man. So I just fell in love with the British accent. But no, I'm not gonna do the video with that accent. It would be weird, I know. I could do it with an African accent, you know. I love to talk like this, but my brother, hey, abomination, I will not do that today. So today is getting to know me. No, I'm not bipolar. And I don't have split personalities. I just have a personality. Right? No? Okay. So yeah. So I decided to do this video just so that all my viewers could just get to know me. I paused because I thought my face looked cute. Okay. So let's start just basic info and stuff. Who I am and who I am not. I am a Jamaican. So let me just start up by bigging up where I am from. I'm from the beautiful island of Jamaica. What does that mean? It means I am super cool. It means that even though you might not be Jamaican, deep down inside, you woke up one day thinking, I wish I was Jamaican, y'all. I wish I could just say, yeah, man. I wish reggae was my music. I wish I could just walk around on an island and just say, wagwan. Everything airy. I wish I could run like a bullet. I wish I knew how to make jerk chicken. Everybody wants to be Jamaican. That's a fact. Don't come for me. It's a fact. Everybody wants to be Jamaican. So, as I said, I'm Jamaican. I am 29 years old. And I know black women are told, or women rather, are told not to say their age. And black women, it's even more mystical because you look at this. Let me come up close. You see that, boo-boo? You see that, boo? Boo-boo. Ain't got no wrinkles. So yes, I'm 29. I'm not 10. I'm 29. And I hope that when I'm 50, okay, I still got it. So my name is Shannon Copeland. Yeah. How did I end up with that name? Fun story. My last name should actually be Delissa. You say, why does girl have the name Delissa? Well, I'm going to get to it. So I'll get to that now. What is my race? What race do I identify as? I identify as a mixed black woman. Now you say, why mixed, why black? This is the story. So my beautiful handsome daddy, it's a picture of my daddy. You see the handsome man? He is a mixed hybrid. He's a hybrid. He's a mythical creature. This is why. My daddy is a quarter of each. This is it. His daddy is Indian and Syrian. And I heard that my grandfather had green eyes and long, flowy hair all the way down to his back. Yes. My grandmother, God bless her soul, both my grandparents are dead. I knew my grandmother, didn't know my grandfather. My grandmother was biracial as well. She was black, she was a maroon, and she was German. So my daddy is a quarter German, a quarter black, this is legit the story, a quarter Indian, and a quarter Syrian, which means he's your typical Jamaican. That's why I say mix. A lot of Jamaicans we know are mixed, but we refer to ourselves first as Jamaican, then black. Like, it's so funny. It's just funny. But also, what does that mean in Jamaica? People would call me a coolie in Jamaica. That's what I was called growing up, a coolie picnic. And my other siblings, the ones on my dad's side, you can tell they're mixed because of my daddy. But on my mother's side, she was full black. She was full black, beautiful black woman. Love her to death, but she's dead. No pun intended, loving her to death, but she being dead. But rest in peace, mommy. But yeah, my mom was a black woman, and my brothers, their dads were black as well. So whenever my brothers and I went out and they would say, "This is my little sister," people would be like, "Well, y'all look different though." You're like, "Oh yeah, we don't have the same father," or whatever. So that's that. That's for, and the reason why I said now, the funny fact about my name. So with that being said, my grandfather, who was Indian and Syrian, his father is Syrian. His name should have been Delissa, because we know Syrians are Middle Eastern people. So his name should have been Delissa, not Copeland. How did he get the name Copeland? He got the name from his mother. So in the Caribbean, people did that a lot, where the women didn't give the child the name of the father. They gave the child their name. So that's what happened. Our actual family name should be Delissa. So I would have been Shannon Delissa. That's so weird. How do you spell Delissa? Like, I tried to research the name online, couldn't find nothing. Copeland, rather, is an English name, a Caucasian English. English is in from England. Its roots is in England. So that's where I got the name Shannon Copeland. Like, when you think about the name Jamaicans mess up everything. Let me just say, big up, shout out to Jamaicans, but y'all mess up everything. So my name is, this is how the typical American would say my name. Hi, Shannon. When I came to America, this is how people come. Hi, Shannon. I'm like, who they talking to? Because for 20 years, I grew up here in Shannon. Like, my name is Shannon. But Jamaicans say Shannon. Like, literally. Shannon Copeland. That's how a Jamaican say. Wagwan Shannon Copeland. Like, you feel like you're offending them or something by having a name. So, in America, my name is, hi everyone, my name is Shannon Copeland. See how I said that? But when I'm in Jamaica, Shannon. Yeah, man. Shannon Copeland. Simple as that. So, what is my occupation? I am a student slash teacher slash student. So, whenever I feel like I'm done studying, I teach. And when I feel like I can't bother teaching, I study. So, that's just what I am right now. On to my religious belief. What am I religiously? I am a Christian. I am a Pentecostal evangelical Christian, and I am under the system of Arminianism, okay? Which means I don't believe in once saved, always saved, and I'm not going to go off on certain things. This is a getting to know me video, just short, brief, who I am. So Christian, I believe in Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior. I believe in baptism. I believe in submersion, not sprinkling, different theological beliefs. Did I publicly confess in the church that I'm a Christian before I got baptized? Yes, I did. I got baptized. I wasn't dipped 3 times for the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. You can dip once. I believe in Jesus Christ. As I said, I was baptized. I got baptized at 6. Doesn't mean I'm a perfect Christian, because I was just like, okay, I don't want to go to hell, so let's get baptized, all right? But my walk with Christ has been interesting, because at the age of 6, I was immensely sick with asthma. I grew up asthmatic. A lot of people aren't aware of that. And my heart was bigger than it was supposed to be. And I was supposed to do surgery at 6, but my family did not have the money to do that surgery. And my mom took me to the Children's Hospital in Jamaica in New Kingston. And she was crying. And I'm like, Mommy, why are you crying? She's like, Shannon, we don't have the money for the surgery. So I said, Mommy, don't worry. Jesus will fix it. So one day I went to church. I was at home and I had an asthma attack. I was wheezing, almost died. And the voice of the Lord said to me, tell them to take you to church for the women to pray for you. And I was at home and they chartered a taxi in Jamaica, took me to church. We live like 10 minutes from the church. I went to church that night, sat on the last bench, and Sister Sheila and Sister Mason and all of the older women in church, they were having church service that Sunday evening. They all came and huddled around me, and I was everybody's baby at that church. Everybody loved Shannon. They all prayed for me, and I saw fog, like cloud, in the church, and I felt God's Spirit being drawn to me. And from that moment on, I never had an asthma attack again. So upon that, I remember I was at church and I saw the baptism pool, and my pastor, Guy Francis, at the time was up there preaching. And God said to me, I want you to get baptized. Get baptized. And I told my mom, and she allowed me to do it. So that's my Christian journey. Do I believe in, for Pentecostal, do I believe in the baptism of the Holy Spirit, the gifts of the Spirit? More specifically, speaking in tongues, yes, I do, because it's biblical, hence why I'm a Pentecostal. So that's my religious belief. Now, who am I as a person? All right. So I have an interesting personality where I don't judge me based on what I'm going to say. I like to talk to myself. I talk to myself a lot because I just find my company and my mind more interesting than that of other people. And if we don't think along the same wavelength, it's hard for me to mesh with people. It's just super hard. So before I get to that, let me just go real quick about my educational journey. I came up here as a student. I started my educational journey after leaving high school. I came up here to go to college, and I started at Broward College. But when I attended, it was Broward Community College. Now it's Broward College because they offer, I think, BAs and different degree levels. So it's now officially a college. So I got my AA in journalism. So at that time, I was a huge football fan. And when I say football, for Americans, I refer to soccer. I'm Jamaican, so we call it football. Because you use your foot. Can you believe this? You use your foot to play with the ball. And in America, they call rugby football. I cannot deal with it. Okay, moving along. So yeah, I got my AA in journalism from Broward College. And upon graduating, I applied to FIU, Florida International University, to do my BA in journalism. While being at FIU, God spoke to me and he said, I want you to be an English teacher. I'm like, God, you're not about to tell me what to do. I'm not going to do it. At that time, I was very fresh. I didn't listen to what God wanted to say. Like, I didn't understand submission to God. I used to think only pastors and ministers submit, but regular Christians, we get to disobey. So I kind of disobeyed for a while. But how did I really started to do this old English thing? I'm gonna tell you something, people. Let me tell you something. I was not accepted into the journalism program. I took a Spanish class and failed it. 5 credit class, failed it. Never do that, people. So I'm like, since I want to do journalism, let me learn. Stick to what you can do. I can speak a lot of other languages, which I'll get to. If you're not in this area, don't try to do it. So I didn't get to go into the journalism program, and it was God's will. So upon failing the class and my GPA fell, I started to look into life. Fail a class, you're going to seek Jesus after. So that's when I started to just seek Jesus, and he just spoke to me and said, I want you to be an English teacher. And doors were open for me. I was able to become a tutor, an English tutor at FIU. Look at this, like a little old me being an English tutor at a big top tier university like that. That was just God. And after that, I went to Bible college to do work study. And I started doing work study in the EAP department at South Florida Bible College, because I just had the English degree, just got the English degree, wanted to apply what I learned. And while they're doing the work study, I started to pray and seek God, like, God, I want to do my master's. What degree should I get? I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do literature or education, so I started to seek God about it. And in that process, he said to me, I want you to study at the Bible college. I'm like, nope, not doing it. Yep, not doing it. Like, I can't go from doing English to theology. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's weird. So I entered into misery. But y'all know the story. In my first 2 videos, graduation, reflection 1 and 2, everything worked out so well. Trust God, people. Trust God. So I have my AA in journalism, BA in English, and my MA in biblical studies at the age of 29. I'm so happy with God. And what are my intentions? I do intend to keep studying, to be honest with you, because theology wasn't the area that I expected to go in. I'm hoping to get my degree in English or English literature or education, something like that. Either a master's or a PhD. I'm considering getting a second master's or a PhD. So I'll see what God chooses for me to do. But do I love school? Yes, I love to learn and I hope to continue. That's my educational journey. That's everything that is. So next, on to getting to know me as a person. So as I said, I talk to myself. I have a very imaginative mind. You see, I'll just sit down and ponder and think. So fun story. I have a lot of fun stories. I was in my room one day, sitting down, and my daddy came in the room to go get something in the closet. And he bust open the door and I was like, what? So he heard me talking to myself. I was sitting down in front of the fan and I was holding a reason. Jamaicans say just hold a reason. I was holding a reason in with myself. My daddy walked in, saw me. He saw me talking to myself. And it was so weird. I looked at him like, what are you looking at? Because I was so shocked. So I saw him looking. I'm like, what are you looking at? I was like, what's the weird thing in the room? I didn't realize I was the weird thing in the room. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, do you have a problem with that? He's like, no. And he just walked away and I was like, oh my God. That was so awkward. So where did my imaginative mind come from? Just being Shannon. So my hobbies are, these are my hobbies. You would never expect a sister. And when I say sister, I mean a black girl. Okay? Because we know people think black people only do certain things. I love anime. I'm an anime geek, straight. No shame, no animosity. I don't care what nobody say. I love anime. Yes, I love anime. My favorite anime, Naruto. What? Real anime, not Samurai Jack or them little Americanized, like real hardcore, speaking in Japanese. Ha. So I love anime and I got into Asian culture around the year 2011, 12, around that time. I just got into it. Now, as I said, my favorite anime is Naruto. Let me just say this. For so many years, Gaara, this beautiful man, he was my boyfriend, okay? Don't judge me, people. He's cute. Who thought that a guy with no eyebrows and a love tattoo would just steal the heart of a sister? He did! He stole my heart! Oh my God. Like I was in love with Gaara for the longest time. Because he was the only normal one. Like, you know, if you think about it, he was the normal one. But yeah, I love anime. And moving on to languages. As I said, I think I said it previously, different languages. I speak some languages. I'm not fluent in any of them because I'm still learning. So what are the languages that I speak? First off, I speak English. You weren't expecting that. I speak English because Jamaica's national language or mother tongue is English. Resulting from being Jamaican, I also speak the dialect that we have honed, which is called Patois. Patois. So, the difference with English and Patois is that in English we say, I am hungry. In Patois we say, I'm hungry. So, I becomes me, but not M-E, but more so M-I. Okay, so that's basically the difference between English and Patois for now. Next, what other language do I speak? It's so weird. When you meet a Pentecostal, they talk about the languages they speak. They're like, oh, I speak in tongues. I'm like, nobody asks you if you speak in tongues. That's just weird to say. But yes, I don't speak in tongues. The Holy Spirit speaks through me, which is a corny Pentecostal joke. I know it's not going to be funny. It would not be funny for this video, but I just thought it would make me look really, really cute. But yeah, so I speak English. I speak Patois. And then God told me to learn Asian languages. Like, Shannon, God is always talking to you. Yes. Are you jealous? So he talks to me a lot. So in the year 2011, I was doing journalism and I was doing a course about like media, multimedia. And in one of the lectures, the professor was talking about communicating one's emotion through media, on camera, through action, whatever. And what he used to talk about it was anime. So we know in animation right here, where you see where some characters, they have like these really big eyes. That was something, I forgot the guy's name. I'm going to put the guy's name there. It's a Japanese animator. He came up with this whole system of portraying emotions through eyes. So he would go from like, the characters would go from having like regular size Asian eyes. You notice most of these Asian characters do not have slant Asian eyes. Look at it, right? So they have these really big eyes. So that's what the teacher was teaching that day. And I just kind of got interested in it. I'm like, yo, this is kind of cool, you know, portraying emotions through images, not words, because I wanted to learn how to not speak too much because I was training myself how to be a journalist and to communicate through body language. So I started to watch anime to see and compare what the professor was talking about. So I was at home one day and God said to me, while watching Naruto, eating cup soup, ramen with chopsticks, God said to me, I want you to learn Asian languages. I'm like, what? I'm like, God, I am a black woman. Black people don't necessarily do that. Like, tell me 5 black people you know who speak Asian languages. Yeah, I thought so. Nobody. Okay, but now you know me. So I'm like, God, this is kind of weird. Like, if you said Spanish or French, I would get it. But I've never met a black person who speaks Asian languages. Like, where do I go from here? And God just paused, like, I'm like, okay, since you're talking, let me listen. And it took me, I kid you not, 3 days to learn the Korean alphabet. It's called Hangul. So the languages that I started to learn, Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin. Mandarin is a language that people in China speak. So do not say Chinese as the language. It's not. It's the nationality. The language is called Mandarin. But Koreans speak Korean. Japanese speak Japanese. However, Chinese people speak Mandarin. Those from Taiwan and Hong Kong also speak Mandarin, but they too speak Cantonese, okay? So those are the languages that I started to learn, but I'm more fluent in Korean. Like, I can legit teach Korean at this level, but the novicinal level, or the beginner's conversational Korean. So yes, I can teach Korean. And I can speak some Korean, I can read and understand Korean, and I can also write Korean, but not at a high level, just at like, you go to basic school, not even primary school level. I can read and understand primary school level, but to be able to write, probably not. To be able to speak, probably 50%. So what is my level of fluency in Korean? I'm just gonna go ahead and just say basic 30%. But when I talk to people, it seems like it's more. And how did I learn Korean? Like, how did a black girl do this? Like, oh my God. And the reason why I say black is because when I started to do this, a lot of the people around me, majority of them who are black, were like, Shannon, black people don't do that. Why are you doing that? Oh, you're weird. I'm like, so? Like, I just don't care about people's opinion, actually. I actually don't care. So I started to do all of these Asian things because God told me to. And then when I went to FIU, 99% of the students came from where? Guess. Take a wild guess. Asia. I'm like, where all these Asian people come from? It was like Chinatown. But I was in heaven. So when I saw them, I'm like, ni hao. Ni hao. Now, hi, ni hao, like with an American accent. You're talking these people language, you need to speak with their accent. Ni hao. And they're looking at me like, whoa, how do you know my language? I'm like, I started to learn it. And I'm like, oh, you're cute. This is the cutest thing when Asian people call you cute, because everybody thinks Asians are cute. So that's how that whole thing happened. And then moving on to the greatest part of that whole escapade, my best friend ended up being Korean. Isaac, my best friend, ended up being Korean. And at that time, I already knew enough Korean. And when we met, it was the most magical. Like, the only word, it was magical. Like Cinderella wishing for something and it happened. But it wasn't magic because we're not witches, okay? God told me, I want you to pray for me to give you a friend. And I did. And he said, pray for me to send you. And he told me what to pray for. He said, pray for me to send you a tall, slim, Christian, Korean. When he said Korean, I was like, ah! Male friend. I'm like, what? A male friend? I'm a real tomboy. Don't let the pink and the earring fool you. In high school, I never hung out with girls. I was with all them boys in the corner where all them dudes sit in the corner talking about football. I was the only girl there. And I was known for being the wife, bullshit, of Cristiano Ronaldo, baby. I kid you not. So my name is Shannon Copeland. So it's SC. And then Ronaldo is C, Cristiano Ronaldo. So I was like, it's SC Ronaldo. And my favorite number is number 7 because he wore 7 for Manchester United. Then when he went to Real Madrid, he wore 7. And then after a while, you see, I know my football facts. He used to play for Portugal. He plays for Portugal. So he wore number 17. And then I think Luis Figo had number 7. And then when he retired or left, Ronaldo took on the number 7. Now Ronaldo is the captain. So 7 is my perfect number. And it's my favorite number. So that's why. So yeah, I was a big football fan. And in high school, that's all I did. Talk with boys about football and try to prove that Cristiano Ronaldo is the cutest and the best soccer player ever. So I was known as Mrs. Ronaldo. Am I still Mrs. Ronaldo? No, because he got all them kids. And his girlfriend is just not on my level. She's too skinny for me to compete with. Like, I can't. Am I insecure? No, I'm secure. Like, she can't handle this. I'm joking. So I gave up on Ronaldo. I realized we wouldn't get along, you know? When a guy is so pretty and he just thinks that he's more beautiful than you, it's just not gonna work. So that's what I did in high school. So all of my friends were guys. So when God said, I want to give you a male best friend, it wasn't weird at all. Did I have a crush on him? No. He was like my brother. I used to go, I couldn't even call him Oppa. Like in Korean, an older male is called Oppa. I couldn't call him Oppa. I was like, you're not my boyfriend though. Because it represents older male and boyfriend. I'm like, I'm going to call you Ajashi. So what's cool is that probably most of you know the Korean movie, The Man from Nowhere. In the movie, the little girl called the man Ajashi. So I just thought it was so cool to say Ajashi. So I just call him Ajashi. Ajashi means Mr. So it's like every day I'm calling him, hey, sir, what's up, sir? So Ajashi, that's just what I call him. And he was cool with it. So yeah, so those are my languages. I speak Korean very well. Understand it, not everything. I learned Japanese from anime. Konnichiwa, watashi no namae wa Shannon desu. Hajimemashite. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. So I learned Japanese from watching animation, okay? That's the easiest way to learn a language. Just watch the TV shows. Mandarin, 你好,我是 Shannon, 很高兴认识你. So I learned Mandarin just by watching Chinese dramas and Korean. 여러분 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 샤넌이라고 합니다. 만나서 반갑습니다. 잘 부탁드립니다. 사랑해요. So I learned Korean also by watching Korean television shows, and I would sit and just listen to it and write it out. And I used to listen to a bunch of Korean songs and learn it. So that's how I learned all those things. Also, one of my hobbies, I love culture, as you can see. As I said in my first video, I'm a culturally diverse woman. I love Asian culture. I love cultures, but because I was learning the language, I started to fall in love with the culture even more. So I'm not biased or anything, but it's like if you're in a math program and you study math all day, you're gonna just love math more than English. Like, that's just what you do. So I love Asian culture. I love everything good that it's about. I love Asian culture. Would I go live in Asia? I probably would. I would be that black girl trying to assimilate and wear a kimono and just like have my face painted like a geisha and do all those things. I don't care what geisha represents. I would just make the outfit look cool. So Asian culture is my thing. Cultures are my thing. And of course, football. I love football. I was gonna say sports, but if you talk about tennis, I'm gonna just look at you like that. Like, I'm just not gonna keep up with you. What do I love to do apart from that? That's it. Some people say, oh, I like shopping. I don't. I'm not girly at all. I'm trying to be more professional because I'm a teacher. So I dress up and wear makeup and do all these things. That's how I actually got into makeup. Once I started tutoring and teaching at my college, my mother cussed me out. She's like, your face is ugly. You look like a dude. You need to fix yourself up. I'm like, mother? Evil. So I was like, she's kind of right. So because I started to work at school, I started to dress differently. Only when I get a job, I change my wardrobe. Let me just tell you. I would wear natural hair, a jeans, a Converse, and a football jersey every day. I would wear it to church on a Sunday morning. Jeans, Converse, and a football jersey. I would legit show up at church on a Sunday morning in that because I'm comfortable. But we know you can't do that in a Pentecostal church. I'm just saying. Well, that's a joke. But yeah, what do I love to do? I love to clean. I actually love cleaning. I get up every day and I clean and I use raw bleach to wipe out the house. I killed myself twice. The bleach smell was so strong, I died twice, okay? I died and came back right into that body. And I was like, Daddy, I'm sorry. I'm not going to use the bleach again. My dad was like, you trying to kill us, Shannon? I'm like, no, I'm trying to kill germs. But we almost died. But I died twice. I love to bake. I love baking. My specialty is pineapple upside down cake. I love to do laundry. Don't judge me. I process, so cleaning and laundry. That's like how I process life. Like I'll clean and talk to myself and reason. So apart from house cleaning, I recently got into cooking. I don't know what happened, but I realized because I'm home every day, legit, every day, all the ideas of what I want to eat, I start to think more about it. And I'm like, let me see how to do this, you know? So that's what I've been into recently, cooking. And hobbies, that's it to me for hobbies. I don't really go out and shop and socialize. And all of my activities are centered around me, what I can do by myself, which kind of takes me to my personality type, which getting to know someone, you have to know exactly who the person is. So I just want to formally apologize. I just want to say I'm sorry, you know, to all the people who have tried to be friends with me, you know, throughout the years and just felt like she's a mean girl because I just didn't want to talk to you. It's nothing personal. It's personal. So saying that to say my personality type, so I took a personality test and I think it was green, like I'm the intuitive, the green thing, the whatever that means. But I am a functional, are you ready for it? I am a functional introvert. Shannon, you're introverted? Yes! You can't tell. I'm introverted. I talk to myself. You know what fun is to me? Coming home to a clean house that smells like air freshener and bleach. Let's not forget the bleach now. With a room that is not too bright but not too dim, just the right amount of natural light on the axe fix that is just shining right on the bed head that is board atop of my Japanese woman in her beautiful kimono. She sit on the bed, turn on the TV, hear people speaking a different language, and just reason with myself about it. That's just a fun day to me. And of course, eat whatever I want to eat and just not get fat from it. That's a deception. You think you're going to eat and not get fat? You see this? It's called deception. So yeah, my personality type, I'm a functional introvert, which means, it doesn't mean that I don't have a personality. It means that I process whatever that I need to process better by myself. So some people, when they're going through an issue, they have to get 10 people to sit down and talk to about it. I can't do that. That's just annoying. The very thought of it just makes, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. So I would much rather be by myself, talk to myself, be around myself. And when I'm around people for too long, I tend to get migraines, and I'm being honest about it. I'm not lying. If I'm around people for too long, I get a migraine. weird, but it's interesting because I think it allows me to have like a stronger personality where I'm not dependent on people, or I don't need approval or affirmation from people, but I rather find it within myself. Which and that there's a negative side to that now, which it was the reason why I apologize to all these people who probably tried to befriend me throughout the years and just felt like I was a wicked, evil thing. The multiple friendships thing, I can't do it. I was never that person growing up. Growing up, my friend was actually my brother, Amar. And then he got tired of me and told me to find a friend. I'm like, okay, whatever. So my best friend in high school, my first best friend was Troy. My first best friend was a dude. And I tell you, I loved my best friend because he loved soccer or football just as he loved it more than me. So when I found out that he liked football, I'm like, you know about football? Every day I was up in this guy's skin, asking him 50 questions about football that I didn't understand. And he would sit and explain everything to me. So that's how we became friends. Like, one, I gelled with him very well. I beat up 2 people for him because they were messing with him on the bus. So I just beat them up. I'm like, don't mess with my... I beat them up. Yeah, I'm a thug. Not a thug. I'm just joking. So that's how we became friends. And then I realized that he likes football and best friends. Like, so my best friend all throughout high school was Troy. We went to prom together. It wasn't a weird thing. My dad and my brother were at prom. Who does that? But they were at prom, and it was just, we sat down at high school prom talking about football. That's all high school was for me. Football and just not failing the classes that I liked, and the classes that I don't like, just fail them. So that's what happened. That's what happened for me in high school. And then when I came to America, my best friend ended up being another guy, the same guy that I spoke about, Isaac. So all my best friends have been guys. And those guys are introverts as well. So we reasoned with each other. We never really reasoned with each other. But when my best friend wanted to make a decision, my Korean best friend, because he's in a foreign country, he would ask me, what do I think? You know? But apart from that, having introverts for best friends made me more introverted. So I'll have a friend and not talk to the person. And it's not personal, it's just my other friendships, we didn't talk that much. We spoke about whatever we were doing. We were in school together, so we spoke about schoolwork, and every now and then we spoke about personal aspirations, like to study. That's all we ever spoke about, studying and God, and that was it. We didn't really get too personal because they're guys, and it was like an unspoken rule. When you're a female in a friendship with a guy, personal questions just never come up. So it was just interesting. So I spent 90% of my life having a friend who never asked me personal questions. And am I more comfortable being around guys? I actually am, because there are boundaries that men don't cross. So whenever I'm around females, I'm like, okay, how do I be a girl? Ask questions. So I'm trying, I normally, whenever I go around girls, I try to fit in with girls. I don't have a gender disorder. I just know that I'm a female who's an introvert, who's a tomboy. So that's just who I am. That's just what you see here right now with me. This is just me. So that's my personality type. Meaning, finally, in closing, I cannot call you for 6 months and talk to you 6 months and 1 day after, and it's like we never skipped a beat. And I need those 6 months to just be away from you, to just be myself mentally. And then I'll come around you for like 2 days, and then 6 months again, I don't talk to you. That's how I function. So yeah, it's interesting, my personality. And I like my personality. I like everything about how I am. So that's basically getting to know me. I don't think that there is anything more about me to be said. I told you my name, my age, my race, my religious identity. Oh, I don't know what else to say about myself, because I don't like to talk about myself. So another thing that I will close off with is just who I am as a person. Apart from telling you what my personality is, who am I? I am very shy. I'm very reserved. I'm very conscious about how I'm perceived. And because I know that people are very judgmental, that's why I'm not quick to develop friendships with people, because I don't want to be judged for who I am or for who I am not. So I'm very shy though, and that's something that a lot of people aren't aware of. Before I tell you how I feel, I'd rather keep it to myself. And it's just interesting getting to know myself and who I am. I've grown and matured into a woman. I am a woman at this point. But I've also learned that in this life, you have to just love yourself, who you are. Be comfortable in your own skin and just appreciate you. If you can't appreciate you, others won't be able to appreciate you. 1, 2, you won't be able to share the best version of yourself with people. 3, you'll end up being covetous towards other people. Meaning, when you see others are liked by people, I want to be liked by people. Did you get a chance for people to see who you are? For them to know if they like you or not? So I close this off by saying, get to know yourself. A lot of people do not know who they are. I know exactly who I am. I don't need anybody to tell me, Shannon, this is you. When you come to me to say who I am, I know. So when you say it, I can either affirm or deny. That's not me. This is me. So as I said in closing, get to know yourself. And when you have unveiled and you see who you really are, love that even more. Even if it's not what you thought it would be. You can always develop a character. You can develop a personality. Remember that. But grow and get to know yourself from a place of positivity. So that's it for this video. I hope it was fun getting to know me. I might be a lot to handle. That's not a bad thing. You know, I was talking to this friend of mine from Jamaica. He saw me on Facebook and added me, be like, yo, Shannon, this is you. And then he's like, you know, he saw my page and everything on my little YouTube channel. And he's, you know, I asked him his opinion. And he's like, you know, you have a strong personality. I'm like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, what do you mean? Oh my God. He's like, you're a strong person. You say what you think. You know, you don't really have reservations or anything. And when he said it, at first I was like, oh my God. Should I be described as strong? Is this what I should, you know, should I change my personality? But strong meaning I know who I am and I'm not going to backtrack. I'm just going to be me. So when he said it, I kind of pulled back a little bit and then I leaned in towards it and I embraced it. So this is me embracing everything about me. And I hope that the way how I'm able to love myself, that you're able to love yourself too. And if you're not able to, I hope and I pray that one day that you will realize, because scripture says that you are the apple of God's eye, that you will realize within you that there is a part of God in you, which means that there's a part of you that should be loved. So love yourself, get to know yourself. And when you do, when you find the best version of you, don't be afraid to share it with everyone. This was Inspiration with Shannon. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.